Hey Madhav, how do I motivate myself to start competitive programming? It just seems so boring to me. So, this is your friend the Lean Programmer, and recently I've started a new initiative called Ask the Lean Programmer. So, basically, I was getting a lot of DMs on my LinkedIn and Instagram profile with various doubts that everyone had. So, trust me, I just want to help you guys as much as possible, but it just seems really impossible to revert back to you personally on the DMs. So instead, I've started this initiative called Ask the Lean Programmer, which is a sort of Ask Me Anything AMA, where you can submit your questions on this link, which is madhavbell.tech/ask, and I'll see to your questions in my free time, and probably I can revert back to you on email, or if I see that the question is really interesting, I can even make a LinkedIn post or a YouTube video or an Instagram post on it so that it can help more people as well. So someone asked me this really interesting question that, hey Madhav, how do I motivate myself to start competitive programming? So let's get started. Today's question is, how do I keep up my motivation on competitive programming? It's really an interesting question, and I can relate to it so much because I've always been inclined more towards development rather than competitive programming. So, how do we motivate ourselves? Before jumping on to the topic, let's talk about motivation in general first. So, there are two types of motivation you might already be aware of. First one is extrinsic motivation, which means the love for the external rewards, the motivation that you feel whenever you think of the external rewards. And the second one is the intrinsic motivation, the motivation which you feel from the inside when you love something truly or when you are truly passionate about something. So this is a general advice from my side before jumping on to the real content today, that no matter what you do, try to increase your intrinsic motivation rather than depending on the extrinsic motivation, because in the long term it is your intrinsic motivation or your inner drive which is going to keep you consistent and keep you happy. So yes, just an advice. So let's get started. So there are a lot of motivating factors to learn competitive programming if you are looking for extrinsic motivation. So first one is college on-campus placements. We all know that on-campus placements follow this general procedure. First, there's going to be a coding round. Second, there's going to be a technical round, technical interview. There might be some more rounds in technical interview, and then there's going to be this HR interview. So if you are very good in development but not at all accustomed with problem solving or competitive programming, I'm going to call competitive programming as CP because it's a long word now, so do understand. So if you are not at all into CP, cracking that first coding interview or coding round might be very difficult for you. So yes, no matter how good you are in CP, so this might be enough good motivation for you to get started with CP side by side as well. Second thing is recruitment in tech giants. We all know that big companies, the huge companies, are actually looking for employees who are good in problem solving instead of just being good in a particular domain. So yes, they also follow a similar structure of coding interview, coding round, and then technical interviews in which they might give you some pen and paper. It might be a pen and paper round or a whiteboard round where they'll give you some questions which you have to solve. So yes, there's a little more weightage of problem solving in these type of coding interviews. So yeah, you know the importance now. Third thing is exposure. There's a huge community of students in CP and you are going to get a lot of exposure. And trust me, even if you don't actually do CP, even if you just do practice problem solving from books like Cracking the Coding Interview, again, it's going to give you a lot of exposure on how to solve problems in general. Competitions, there are so many competitions like ACM, ICPC and so on, which can actually give you a lot of fame and a lot of money as well. There are a lot of competitions which have huge rewards and huge prizes as well. Opportunities, so this is the most important part. So there are many hiring campaigns that actually happens directly through these type of competitions. So on HackerRank or HackerEarth, you can actually see a lot of hiring competitions as well. So yes, there are a lot of opportunities. and problem solving is a lot of fun. So this is again a small advice from my side, that I know that development can be a little more exciting because we are able to see the results on the screen, and it's a little more challenging and it's fun. But yes, CP also is a lot of fun. Just start doing it. And my advice to you guys is that just start small, start doing some small questions, and just keep yourself consistent for 10 or 20 days, maybe half an hour daily or 1 hour daily, and then slowly you will become accustomed to these problem solving techniques. Now comes the intrinsic motivation. Again, lots of fun. So this might be an extrinsic motivation as well, and intrinsic as well, because you are going to have a lot of fun while solving these problems, writing good quality code. So it's going to actually improve your code quality. It's going to make your code more efficient, because you are now going to actually think about time and space complexity, whereas if you were just a normal developer, you might have done everything using those simple data structures like array and all. But now you will know when to use which data structure. Making the optimum use of resources, logical reasoning, it increases your logical reasoning a lot, and many more. There are a lot of benefits. So I hope this was actually good enough reasons to feel motivated about CP and start doing some problem solving questions, so that you can actually crack your next coding interview. And how not to get demotivated, this is a very, very simple advice from my side, which I used to follow in my college days. What I used to do was, I used to allocate for 30 to 45 minutes daily, or if not daily, at least once in 2 days, into these problem solving kind of questions. And I used to spend first 25 to 30 minutes on solving these problems myself. And even after 20 or 25 minutes, I feel that I'm getting nowhere, and I'm not reaching to any particular solution. It can be a little demotivating after that if you keep on continuing. So at that point of time, after 30 minutes, just keep it down, take a little break, go out for 5 minutes, go out on a walk, and then come back and then read the solution. After reading the solution, try to understand the solution. Don't copy and paste. After understanding the solution and the algorithm which is given, try to code it out yourself. That way you will actually prevent yourself from getting demotivated. Try to don't do it very, very often, otherwise you will get accustomed to seeing the solution and then coding. But yes, when you see that you are not able to come to any particular solution, even though you are trying from past 30 minutes, it's actually good to see the solution, understand the solution, and then go for a 5-minute break, return back and write down the code for that particular algorithm yourself. So yes, all the best, and ask the lean programmer. Bye bye.